Now two flags fly above my land and really sum up how I feel. One is the colors that fly high and proud, the red, the white, the blue. The other one's got a rattlesnake with a simple statement made. Don't tread on me is what it says, and I'll take that to my grave.
Alright, I'm going to move into this front pocket here. This is a 1 liter plastic water bottle. Obviously, I just rolled it up, put the cap back on. The reason being, I keep this because I have water purification tablets I carry in here. And there, you have to mix those with a liter of water. So I keep this just so I have an ability to mix into a liter bottle. This is just a little metal can. It's got a metal lid on it. Put a little piece of copper wire on here so I got a little handle on it. Boil water over the fire. I have a full-size military canteen with a cup and everything on it that I can put on my belt. Again, most of the time I'm just going out for the day. So if I need water, I can get water. I can usually keep myself hydrated until I get back. If I'm going out longer, if I'm going out for more than a day, usually I got a bigger pack I take more stuff with me. So this is just an ability, gives me something to boil water in anyways. Alright. In here, this is the batteries that came with my flashlight. They're brand new. I personally don't like alkaline batteries because they will leak over time. But it's always good to have spare batteries anyways. A couple more of these little baggies. This is about 6 feet rolled out. Excuse me. It's about 6 feet rolled out off of aluminum foil and then folded together. So there's about 6 foot by 1.5 foot of aluminum foil here. That way you can make something to cook on if you have to. Or extra battery. Alright. In here I got my water purification tablets of chlorine dioxide. They take care of cryptosporidium and all the real nasty stuff. I got some matches in here. Keep these in these little Mylar packs. And again, this stuff isn't waterproof, but it's definitely water resistant. And I almost always have just a good old standard Bic on me. I'm not a smoker, but I always have a way to make fire on me. And I'll get into that a little bit more when I show you my knife I carry. But that's that. Oh, here you go. It's just a piece of foam. Stuck a couple pins in here. It's regular old-fashioned like sewing pins, and then I got a pretty heavy sewing needle. That way, if I get any tears in my clothes or anything, I got a way to repair them. Alright. Cordage-wise, I got about a 50-foot hank of paracord, and then bank line, tying out trot line. I can't remember what test this is, but it's the good heavy stuff. And this can be broke down just like paracord. You can get it down to 3 different strands if you're making like trap triggers and stuff, and you need real thin. Plus the black sometimes camouflage better than the white of the inside of a paracord, so I carry that. This is hemp. This makes good wick materials if you're going to make candles out of like tallow or something like that. And then this is a piece of lighter fat wood. It's pine that all the resin solidifies in. This stuff is about as flammable as it gets. You just take some shades of this, hit it with a ferro rod, and the stuff will burn like it's soaked in gasoline. And it burns for a long time, and it's a burn floating on top of water. It can be soaking wet and it'll still burn. So this in itself, it's got some weight and some bulk to it, but this is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fires worth of tinder, and it doesn't matter if it gets soaking wet. This will always light. And that's all I got in that top pocket. Alright. One thing I don't really like about this pack is this main compartment. It's only accessible from here to here. The zipper doesn't go all the way around. So it kind of makes this a little tight, but that's okay. For, again, $20 pack. Can't complain. It's just a mosquito net head net. Again, keep you from going crazy when you're sitting there out in the woods, because the mosquitoes around here will just eat you to pieces. So that's a necessity. And here I got my first aid kit. This is a cell phone dry box. I'm not going to take all the contents out of here just because it's kind of a puzzle to get everything in here. I got some good heavy gauzes, some Sure Prep stuff, bandages, a couple different assortments. I got some steri strips. We got a little pack of super glue tucked down in there. And Benadryl. A lot of people won't talk about having Benadryl, but Benadryl can save you from a lot of stuff. If you go into anaphylactic shock from just about anything, Benadryl will at least maybe get you back home where you can get some real medical attention. I got some alcohol swabs and stuff in there, ibuprofen, medical tape, stuff like that. This is a great little dry box. Out of everything here, the only thing I want to make sure 100% doesn't get wet is my first aid kit, and that little dry box does that for you. This is just a little tin. I would cook it if I had to. I'd definitely burn it out good. I don't even know what came in this. It almost looks like a fuel canister, but you get it boiling, get some cooking over fire, it'll burn anything out of there. But carry that just in case. Some good commercial grade, like 12-cup coffee filters, the big ones. There's a lot of spring-fed creeks and stuff in this area of Florida where I live. So finding water is not necessarily difficult. Finding decent water is not that difficult, but you always want to be able to filter sediment out. And you can use coffee filters for not just water, but you can use it for, if you're going to make anything out of tallow or anything like that. And the all-important toilet paper. You got to have toilet paper with you. I got toilet paper and some more coffee filters in here. This is a pair of socks. It's like a tall pair of socks. They're in a Ziploc. I wrapped that Ziploc in black tape to compress it down and stuck it in our Ziploc. I've had pretty good luck with that riding, not getting wet. I've gotten my pack pretty wet a couple times. That's been okay. And here I got my K-bar hunting knife. I actually paid $20 from this at a garage sale. When I got it, it was brand new. There's been days I regret ever carrying it because it was brand new when I bought it. Still had the factory edge, but it's a great knife, razor sharp. It carries real nice, real thin profile, fits down in that pack real good. So if I've any large game, deer, wild hog, anything like that, this is my main knife. Now besides that, in here I just have a 6x8 regular duty blue tarp, silver on the other side. Guarantees me shelter no matter what. At least I know I got shelter. And then another thing I carry with me no matter what is my knife. This is a Gerber LMF Infantry. No, it's a Gerber LMF ASEC 2. I'm sorry. It's an awesome knife. I've had this for a couple years. As you can tell by looking at it, I've not treated this knife nice. I've beat on it and beat on it and beat on it. I've batoned with it. I've chopped with it. I've done just about everything. It's a heavy knife. I've heard some people talk about the blade length of this knife. It's not a long enough blade. I can understand that. You're limited on how big a wood you can baton. But I've batoned some real hard pine, oak stuff with this, and it's hung in there. And you see how beat up it is. But when it comes to chopping, I've heard people say it's too short to chop with, but you can choke up on this knife. You see it got some little bit kind of jimping there, but you can really chop with this knife. So it's a great knife. Paracord lanyard on there. The sheath is one of my favorite parts. It carries real nice. It's got MOLLE strap. Of course, the button broke, but I don't carry it on like a MOLLE vest like you would, like a soldier would. But right here I got magnesium block fire starter. I actually had to cut this down to get it to fit in there, but it fits anyways. And then this sheath has a built-in knife sharpener. Then I got it wrapped with paracord. Another thing I did too is I took pieces of pine. Let's see if I can get this one out. There you go. This is that lighter. I took these little slivers and stuffed them down in there. That way, again, I guarantee myself. I say guarantee. It's never guaranteed, but almost guarantee myself a fire no matter what with just my knife. And this is on my hip whenever I'm in the woods. I've never not carried this knife. One thing I did do, there used to be 2 of these. The other one was right here. I took it off. It was just too much. You really don't even need to snap this. You can hear it. Goes in there. It's locked in there. That knife ain't coming out. So I didn't need 2 straps. But so this is my going out in the woods kit. I got quite a bit of stuff here. Some redundant.